It's pretty exciting here in New York City. First, I mean, you're saying these workers are making just over minimum wage. Most of the ones that I've talked to are literally making minimum wage. They're making $7.25 an hour in the most expensive city to live in the country. So literally minimum wage workers. They're demanding a raise to $15 an hour, and they want union recognition. And this was a strike. Over 200 workers at over, I think 24 different franchises, dozen different stores walked out. This is McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Taco Bell, and Domino's Pizza. All walked out demanding the same thing, and they want to form an independent union.
Now, are all those people who walked out today going to immediately lose their jobs?
Well, let's hope not. As I was leaving, I actually just came from the rally at Times Square, at the McDonald's in Times Square, where elected officials and faith leaders and community members were pledging to walk back in with them to their jobs tomorrow morning. Yeah. So hopefully there will be enough pressure from the community, from elected officials, members of the city council, members of the state assembly, who are keeping an eye out to see what happens.
What is the Fast Food Workers Committee?
I'm sorry?
What is the Fast Food Workers Committee? Is that a group?
It's the independent union that they want to form, and they want the right of recognition at all of these different fast food franchises.
So this is not like the Commercial Food Workers Union or whatever it's called.
No.
This is not a specific union that's trying to organize them. This is a spontaneous within their own workplace.
This literally came from an organizing effort on a different issue from New York Communities for Change, which is a wonderful community-based group that works closely with a lot of unions sometimes. They've been working with car wash workers and grocery store workers across the city as well. And they were talking to workers in fast food restaurants about other issues and found that they were just universally literally making minimum wage or a little bit above, and were, again, these are adults, these are people with families. I spoke to a woman, Pamela Flood, today, who has 3 kids. She works 2 jobs. She works at Burger King and she works at CVS, and she's putting herself through school and maintaining a 4.0 GPA.
Wow.
And leading a strike today, too.
That's amazing. You know, for a long time, America has kind of written off fast food industry jobs as, you know, basically a transitional job. It's an entry into the job market for 16-year-olds. But the average age of, my understanding is the average age of fast food workers in the United States is 28, and it's going up. Isn't this a symptom of the deindustrialization of America and of how CEOs are taking more and more, leaving less and less for the workers, in part as a result of our strange tax code post-Reagan?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, this is, you know, most of these workers are not making enough to, you know, these are the 47% that Mitt Romney wants to warn us about that aren't paying any taxes because they're making $7.25 an hour. You can't pay any taxes on that. But yeah, this is the deindustrialization of America. This is the new normal. This is the new industrial workforce, right? This is the service industry. They are jobs that, just like, you know, the low-skill assembly line factory jobs, they're not good jobs or bad jobs inherently. They're bad jobs because they pay $7.25 an hour, because your manager gets to run your life, because your schedule is irregular. You maybe get 35 hours a week if you're lucky, but you don't know what your schedule is, so you can't work another job. They're lousy jobs because of the conditions, and the only way to make them better jobs is for workers to do something like this, to go out on strike, to demand higher wages, to demand better treatment, to demand a union. Has
the Obama administration or any governmental agency stepped in defense of these folks?
You know, it was really interesting. Hilda Solis was in, the Secretary of Labor was in Staten Island today, speaking with day laborers, and we were trying to get her attention to see if she would come down and talk to these workers. She did not. Now, this is connected to some battles in New York that are already taking place. There's pressure on Cuomo and Democrats in the state assembly to raise the minimum wage for the state because, I mean, New York is expensive, right? Us being stuck at the ridiculously low already federal minimum wage is ridiculous. There's also a fight in New York City right now over paid sick days, which is being held up by the Speaker of the City Council, Christine Quinn, who wants to be mayor next year, and who was loudly proclaiming her support for the fast food strikers today. But she's what's standing between those fast food workers who were on strike today and paid vacations, paid sick days, time to spend for Pamela Flood to spend with her 3 kids if one of them gets sick.